Greetings, kindred friend. Take a moment to quiet your heart and contemplate a very sincere question with me right now. What if your body has never failed to heal itself, but is simply waiting patiently for a gentle permission from your own soul? We often face an exhausting paradox as night falls. You lie down in bed, your back supported by a soft mattress, the surrounding space completely silent. Yet deep inside, there seems to be an invisible sentry refusing to rest. Your nervous system is still in a state of alarm, silently standing guard against uneasy premonitions, worries for your children, or fears about health that you have long carried. Etch this profound truth into your mind. Your body can never perform the work of regeneration and repair while it is still busy in defense mode. When the nervous system feels unsafe, all precious energy is channeled into guarding, causing the healing life essence to be blocked at the very threshold of sleep. You do not sleep to revive, you are only sleeping to survive. Tonight, I invite you to take a courageous step of consciousness. I will hand back to you the 3-minute night reset ritual, an art of ending the day so you can send a signal of absolute safety to every cell. Just 3 minutes to teach your body to understand that the war is over, the danger has passed, and now you are safe enough to truly be healed. Why do we sleep without reviving? Join me on a journey through your own body right now. Focus on your jaw. Do you realize your jaws are slightly clenched, even if only a little? Notice your abdomen. Is it soft like water? Or is there a silent tightening, guarding like a shield? Kindred friend, this is an ironic reality. Your physical frame may have lain down, your eyes closed, but inside, muscle blocks are still holding subtle tensions. You are sleeping in a state of low alarm. Your brain does not yet truly believe the long day has ended, so it keeps the nervous system in a posture ready to deal with threats that only exist in your imagination. Under the lens of both wisdom and modern medicine, true healing can only occur when the parasympathetic nervous system takes full dominance. This is the state where all defenses are dismantled, so life essence can flow freely, mending cracks and washing away toxins in every neuron. Unfortunately, most of us enter sleep, but never truly enter that state of healing. We sleep in a mindset of hurry and anxiety about what tomorrow morning will bring, or fear of whether this pain will subside. Remember this sacred reminder: your body will never heal when it feels watched, rushed, or unsafe. As a consequence, even if you sleep for 8 hours, because the door of safety was not closed, the deep overhaul could not take place. You wake up with a body still lingering in yesterday's exhaustion, and a spirit still weary from having to stand guard throughout a long night. Sleep at this point is only a temporary rest for the eyes, not yet a rebirth for the soul. Tonight, I want you to understand that healing is not something you can hunt or force. It is a grace that only appears when you dare to let go of control. We do not need to struggle to get well. We only need to learn how to stop obstructing that process with invisible vigilance. Take a deep breath. As we move to the next part, where we discover the core principle of self-healing without effort. The core principle, the power of non-interference. Look at a small cut on your skin. Have you ever had to use your will to command the cells to close the wound, or force the blood to stop flowing? Certainly not. You only need to keep it clean, and then step aside. The body knows what to do. It quietly operates the rhythm of revival without any direction from your intellect. Kindred friend, the deepest healing for your entire nervous system and soul also operates according to a similar profound law. Understand this liberating truth. Healing is not something you labor to create. Healing is something that will naturally manifest as soon as all interference from the mind stops. For so long, we have unintentionally interfered too much with our bodies through worries, calculations, and strict surveillance. We mistakenly think that if we do not worry about health, it will collapse. But in Zen wisdom, that very worry is like fingers constantly touching a wound that is scabbing over, making it impossible to truly heal. We have become our own greatest obstacle. Etch this mantra into your mind to regain faith in your being. The body already knows how to heal. It only waits for safety. Safety is the only fertile soil for the seed of recovery to germinate. When you stop molding life, stop rushing the body, and return absolute silence to it, the body will immediately open the door to its reservoir of energy to wash away all anxieties. Tonight, your only task is not to make yourself well, but to clear the obstacles of vigilance, so that innate wisdom is permitted to perform its miraculous work. The bridge of letting go. Gently put down all definitions of having to try to practice or train. Now, I want to give you the gentlest bridge called Night Reset. Dear friend, please understand that this is not a complicated technique, nor is it a physical exercise requiring strength. At this age, your soul does not need any more burdens or tasks. Night Reset is actually a signal, a sacred message you send to your own nervous system in exactly 3 short minutes, right before sinking into the darkness. The purpose of this ritual is not for you to manipulate or command the body to do this or that. It exists only to help you perform a single act, dismantling resistance. Throughout a long day of wandering, we have unintentionally braced ourselves against the world, against worries, and even against the pains of age. Night Reset is the time you loosen your clenched hands, so the barrier between you and peace dissolves of its own accord. Just 3 minutes for you to be leisurely, effortless, letting the body find its own way home. The first minute. Disarming the body. Now, as you lie warmly in your private space, allow me to accompany you into the first minute of the journey home. Do not rush to find sleep. Let the mattress and the soft pillow completely support the weight of your body, much like how the earth tolerantly supports a branch after a great storm. In this moment, I invite you to perform the most courageous act. Stop all efforts to be perfect. Do not rush to adjust your posture, nor try to force yourself to relax immediately. Simply recognize the last fortresses of tension remaining on your flesh. Do you realize your jaws are slightly clenched from unspoken worries? Notice the abdomen is. It's soft like water, or stiffly guarding like a shield. Feel the hands that have gripped responsibilities all day long, and the eyes that are weary from incessantly looking out at the turbulent world. Understand this sacred truth. Before healing begins, guarding must end. As long as you brace yourself to defend, the nervous system will never open the door for recovery. Therefore, the first step is to disarm. I invite you to gently place a hand on your lower abdomen. Do not try any complicated breathing techniques. Just let the inhalation be as natural as it is. But as you exhale, allow that breath to be lengthened a bit more, slower, smoother, like a sigh of relief when you have just stepped through your front door. Did you know, a long and leisurely exhalation is the most powerful safety code sent to the brain? It informs every neuron that the war is truly over. There is no threat here. Now, you are allowed to lay down your arms. At that very moment, a biological miracle occurs. Your heart rate begins to slow down, rhythmic like a temple bell in the quiet night. Your shoulders will automatically drop, melting into the mattress. You are no longer the guardian of your life. You are simply a living being, being soothed in the arms of silence. The door of survival begins to close, making way for the space of revival to rise. The seeking-minded, sending safety, signals to the nervous system. Imagine your attention right now like a faint and gentle light, slowly wandering inside the kingdom of your own interior. After using the breath to order a ceasefire for the body, in this second minute, I invite you to step into a deeper level, soft attention. Throughout a long life, our brain has formed an unconscious habit of micromanaging everything. Even while lying in bed, your mind still silently plays the role of a strict supervisor. It looks for aching areas to worry about, it analyzes the heartbeat, and it constantly tries to fix what it deems not right. Yet, kindred friend, in the language of the nervous system, all analysis and correction are signals of danger. When you try to fix yourself, you are subtly telling the brain, everything is not okay yet. Keep staying vigilant. Tonight, I invite you to perform an act of wisdom. Just feel. Absolutely. Do not fix. Do not try to make the pain disappear, nor analyze why you are so tired today. Let your attention glide over the body tolerantly, like moonlight reflecting on a lake. Feel the warmth in your palms, the contact of skin with fabric, even the areas that are not yet truly comfortable. But just let them be. When you stop dissecting your body, you are performing an act of liberation for the brain. Etch this powerful affirmation. When control softens, repair begins. When you stop interfering, the brain will understand that its gatekeeping task is complete. It will stop micromanaging small details to surrender the entire space for the self-healing system to operate. Listen to the sacred signs appearing now. You will feel your body begin to sink into the mattress, heavy and leisurely, as if every 1,000-pound burden from years in a foreign land has completely melted into Mother Earth. Your breath, which we often forced, suddenly becomes deep and smooth, naturally without a hint of effort. Your mind slows down, fragmented thoughts begin to blur like mist meeting the morning sun. You are no longer in a state of working. You are in a state of being pure, secure, and whole. The door of the nervous system is finally locked against the turbulent world, taking you deeper into the land of sacred rebirth. The third minute, absolute letting go, the pinnacle of surrender. Now, as the body has begun to sink deep and the nervous system has calmed, after the signals of peace, we step together through the final threshold. The most important and sacred threshold of the journey, the minute of absolute non-action. Kindred friend. Throughout a lifetime, we have been taught that to achieve anything, we must labor, try, and struggle. We bring that fighting mindset even to bed. We try to sleep. We labor to be healed. We arrange for the mind to be quiet. Yet, in the deepest wisdom of Zen masters, sleep and recovery are not achievements of the will, but results of a sacred surrender to nature. I invite you to take the most courageous step of consciousness now. Stop all tasks. Do not try to sleep. Do not try to feel better. And do not try to perform this ritual perfectly. For you know, the very notion of trying is the final chain keeping your brain in an alert state. Neuroscience has proven that when you stop managing the body's processes, the brain escapes performance pressure, surrendering the entire space for the regeneration mechanism to operate most freely. Etch this ultimate affirmation into your heart. Healing accelerates the moment you stop trying to manage it. At this very moment, I invite you to perform a powerful inner gesture. Silently tell yourself, for the next few hours, I have nothing left to protect, no more problems to settle. Feel the weight of this declaration lifting every stone pressing on your soul through years of hardship abroad. Shed the identity of a family breadwinner, a person worrying about children, or a patient searching for a cure. You are simply a living entity melting into the tolerant night. Now, let everything happen according to its own rhythm. Do not control the breath anymore. Let the body breathe itself. Just stand by and observe that life essence flowing without interference. Do not search for sleep anymore. Let sleep find you. Be like a leaf leaving a branch and falling onto a still lake. That leaf does not struggle to float, nor brace itself to sink. It simply surrenders completely to the water. When you completely disappear and surrender, that is when the invisible door inside you is fully closed, taking you into the most radiant state of rebirth amidst infinite stillness. The trap of perfection. Try to recognize a silent but powerful habit occurring right now, the effort to perform this ritual perfectly. We entered the 3-minute night reset with a hidden contract in the mind. Because I breathed correctly, because I let go, I must receive the result of immediate peace. This very impatience and craving for results is the black hole silently swallowing all your efforts. You lie there, eyes closed, but the heart is still stealthily opening a third eye to watch over yourself. You ask, do I feel lighter yet? Has the pain eased a bit? Or why can I still hear the ticking of the clock? In the language of the nervous system, every act of monitoring and checking is synonymous with an alarm signal. When you track your progress, the brain interprets it as, the problem is not yet resolved, the risk remains, so I must stay awake to manage. You unintentionally turn the bed into a stressful laboratory, where you play both the anxious patient and the doctor eagerly waiting for a miracle. Etch this ultimate truth into your consciousness to release yourself from all final pressures. The body heals in freedom, not under supervision. Tonight, I invite you to perform the most courageous act: fire the internal supervisor. Do not try to do it right, nor wait for any miraculous signal tomorrow morning. The greatest healing always occurs in darkness and absolute not knowing. When you dare to ignore even whether you are being healed or not, that is when the door of survival is truly locked, making way for innate wisdom to operate in freedom and grace. Healing is a climate, not an event. Contemplate how spring gently replaces the freezing winter. No bell rings to announce that life has returned, nor is there a sudden moment that makes all things wake up overnight. That transformation happens silently, subtly, through warmth, gradually soaking deep into the ground every day until flowers and grass naturally sprout. Your recovery process also operates according to such a leisurely rhythm. Kindred friend, I want you to understand a truth so your mind is no longer impatient. Healing is not a miracle that happens immediately after one night of practice. It is the result of your persistence in watering safety into the nervous system every night, until that feeling of peace becomes as familiar as your own breath. Etch this truth into your heart for refuge. Healing is not an event. It is an environment. Your task is not to force the bud to bloom, but to cultivate a favorable atmosphere consisting of relaxation, trust, and letting go. When the environment inside you is safe and vast enough, the seeds of health will automatically germinate in the most brilliant way without forced effort. Do not plant a tree and then dig up the roots every day to see if they have grown. Just patiently create a peaceful climate for 3 minutes every evening and let time do the rest of the miraculous work. Your silent persistence is the most eloquent testament to your faith in your own autonomous being. Kindred friend, as the candle of today has gradually burned out and darkness has completely covered the space, I invite you to keep this pure silence for yourself a little longer. Understand one final truth before melting into dreams. You do not need to use strength to force any cell to recover. Healing is not a hard battle. You must brace yourself to win. Tonight, your only task is to perform the most sincere act, to permit. At this very moment, as the boundary between reality and dreams begins to blur, make a sacred vow with your own consciousness. Whisper and write down in the comments the liberating mantra. Tonight, I permit my body to feel safe enough to be healed. That affirmation is the final seal of safety, helping you leave the room of survival to step into the kingdom of the most radiant rebirth. Do not forget to press the subscribe button so we continue to accompany each other on the journey of awakening. Praying for you a very peaceful long night, a dreamless sleep, and a morning waking up in infinite joy. Thank you for your trust and listening. Goodbye, and sleep very well.